out there. So just need to check to see calendars to see what days work best out there.
I'm sorry, what was the first date you said? April 28th?
April 25th is the first date, and the last date is May 2nd.
I wish I had my phone, I could check my calendar.
You could say it. You could say it out loud. Let the record show
That I need to check my calendar.
you're looking at a calendar on your phone.
You know, the best day that works for me is that Monday, May 1st.
May 2nd?
The last day is May 2nd.
Oh.
So for me, you
I know May 2nd works for me so far.
Yeah, May 1st works the best for me, and
May 2nd, I'm sorry, so May 2nd.
that's a Monday.
I thought it was May 2nd, you said.
It's the last day
That's
possible.
the last day.
So
May
Monday
first-
is Monday the 1st.
May 1st, I can't do it.
How's May 1st for you, Jennifer?
Either day is fine. However, I think since Christian will be leaving, and that's leaving, I think we should do everything we can to make sure that the exiting board members are able to attend.
Oh, that's mighty fine of you, but not necessary. I'm available either way.
So you said the 25th or?
How's Tim? If you don't mind me asking, how is May 1st for you?
Official?
It's not.
100% availability.
I'm sorry.
100% availability.
Oh.
You name it.
And I don't think Adam is here. No.
So May 25th or April 1st, I won't be able to do it. Unfortunately.
There's no reason to
But
be
May
there.
2nd I can. If it's the last day, May 2nd, the Tuesday, I'm all in. All in.
I plan to go out of town that day, so
I got
that's.
top votes to make sure I wouldn't be here.
So I'm sorry. So for May 1st, I know you can't, Christian. Cindy, you,
No, nothing.
Mike,
Yeah.
Warner.
It's fine for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Jen?
Yeah.
May 1st is okay? So we'll set the date for Monday, May 1st. We'll go into board comments. I would like to start off by thanking Cindy and Christian for serving on the board. It's a thankless job, and just wanted to say thank you, and we appreciate the years you guys put in. So thank you. Public participation. Please sign in the sheet.
Yeah, I'm only have one.
I'll go there.
Oh, yeah, one there.
Mr. Tribuzio? Please just state your name, Frank, and
Frank
then you have
Tribuzio. I had mentioned this April 1st at the last meeting on a Saturday morning. I'm going to say it again because people need to know, and there's a lot of people here that should hear this. If you hadn't known, District 80 has the 14th lowest tax rate out of more than 350 elementary school districts in Illinois. The 2015 Illinois School District state average for expenditure per student, and expenditure per student includes teacher and administration pay, is $12,821. 2012 Illinois average expenditure per student in high poverty districts, and I said 2012 because there isn't a more recent study for this, but 2012, you can imagine it's a little higher. For high poverty districts is $10,874 per student. 2015 Norwich District 80 expenditure per student is $10,145. This means Norwich students receive $729 less than high poverty districts students do. You can find these figures at IllinoisReportCard.com and edtrust.org. I have physical copies with me, you can see those too. When many of the schools around us, and I have listed some, but I'm not going to go over all the figures. Many of the schools have assistant principals and other administrative staff, and our district does not. Our district has been running lean, believe it or not. Teachers and administrative staff we have are being paid at the state average, and it should be understood that what we paid for and what we received until now has been a good deal. An example of this is, and I mentioned this at another meeting, is park scores. Park scores for 2015-16. The Norwich School District 80, 50.3. The Illinois state average is 34. Park Ridge, I'm not saying we should be Park Ridge, we're different, 58. Again, Norwich is 50.3. Some other schools, Zion, Illinois, 15.8. Sycamore, far out west, 39.4. Palatine District 15, 43.2. So we've achieved 50.3, and that's good, and that's commendable, and we want to continue a good thing. The kids don't deserve any programs being cut. We want to at least be comparable to a baseline of other decent schools around us. I don't know where the money's going to come from. When you hear that we're the 14th lowest tax rate out of 350, figure something's got to give, and it's been 24 years since the last past referendum for our elementary schools. Have there been levies? Yes. Is 0.1% helping? No. It's helping, but it's not enough to make up the difference that we're facing right now. All this is verifiable, and I'll gladly show you where it can be found.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
There's only one. Great. Thank you. We'll go to action items. Discussion. Approval of resolution of honorable discharge for educational support personnel. I need a motion.
Make the motion.
I will second the motion. Discussion.
Yeah.
As I emailed you prior to this, I do have questions about it just for how, when we talked about it with the listing and that, how that was not one of the things that we discussed that was going to be let go. I just feel that the perception of what and how it's being done is different and difficult to kind of handle versus, I know you tried to explain to me why it's being done this way and what's being done, and but I just think the perception is again questionable, and that we're told one thing and then something else happens later on. So
Any other questions? Sarah, could you please read the resolution?
Whereas the Board of Education of North School District 80 has heard the report of the Superintendent of Schools concerning programs, staffing needs, and finances for the 2017-2018 school year, and whereas the Board employs educational support personnel, and whereas the Board has determined it necessary to decrease the number of educational support personnel employed by the Board in the Learning Center aide and building office part-time secretary categories for the 2017-2018 school term, and whereas pursuant to Section 5/10-23.5 of the Illinois School Code, the Board is required to remove or honorably dismiss educational support personnel in order of seniority, employees with a shorter length of continuing service with the school district within the position category to be dismissed first, and whereas Section 5/10-23.5 also requires the Board to give said educational support personnel a written notice and a statement of honorable dismissal, and the reason therefore at least 30 days before the educational support personnel are removed or dismissed. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Education of North School District 80 as follows. Section 1. The following educational support personnel are hereby honorably dismissed from their employment by the Board, effective at the end of the 2016-2017 school term, as a result of a decision by the Board of Education to decrease the number of educational support personnel employees employed by the Board in the Learning Center aide and building office part-time secretary categories. Wendy Anderson, Learning Center aide. Sandra Streetel, building office part-time secretary. Santa D'Angelo, building office part-time secretary. The foregoing employees shall be given written notice and a statement of honorable dismissal, and the reason therefore by first-class mail, by certified mail, return receipt requested, and by personal delivery with a receipt at least 30 days before the last day of the school term, in accordance with Section 5/10-23.5 of the Illinois School Code, in a form substantially similar to Exhibit A attached.
Roll call, please.
Mr. DiGiulio?
Yes.
Mr. Jackalone?
Yes.
Mr. Radisavich?
Yes.
Mr. Biondo?
Yes.
Mrs. Steck?
No.
Mrs. Paletti?
Yes.
Mr. Bellafiore?
Abstain.
Motion approved the resolution of honorable discharge for education support staff. Discussion. Motion to approve a 2-year contract for Mrs. Stephanie Palmer, Principal / Assistant Superintendent Curriculum and Instruction at Giles School.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Mr. DiGiulio?
Yes.
Mr. Jackalone?
Yes.
Mr. Radisavich?
Yes.
Mr. Biondo?
Yes.
Mrs. Steck?
Yes.
Mr. Bellafiore?
Yes.
Mrs. Paletti?
Yes.
Motion approved. The 2-year contract for Mrs. Stephanie Palmer, Principal and Assistant Superintendent Curriculum of Instruction for Giles School. Congratulations. Discussion. Motion to approve the 2018 and 2019 school calendar.
Make the motion.
I'll second it. Discussion.
We're once again not gonna align with Ridgewood for starting times and breaks, or?
That's
winter
mostly
break?
spring break, I believe. Winter break is only off by a day.
Yeah.
But it's spring break.
I'm sorry, this is the 2018-19 school year, so
So
Ridgewood doesn't even
Ridgewood
have a
didn't do
calendar.
one yet?
They haven't done it yet.
Yeah, let me remind the board, we are doing our calendar 1 year, 4 months in advance of the school year. So the 17-18 calendar was approved 1 year, 4 months in advance of the beginning of the school year. And so this is the 18-19. And so Cindy, to your point, one of the things we looked at, we went back and we looked at the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, if you include this 18-19 calendar, the last 7 spring breaks. 6 of the 7 were the last week of March. A few of them may have been in the month of April, where there was 1 or 2 days. There was only one instance during that time frame in 14-15 where spring break was during April. Only one. I have a survey. We've sent it to all of our community. And when I say our community, it's sent to the parents. It's sent to our teachers. I know people think I'm crazy for doing that. I'm a parent. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be inconvenienced. We no longer on the 17-18, even on this calendar, 18-19, early release Wednesdays are no longer going to be early release Wednesdays. However, I know what it's like to be inconvenienced as a parent. So that's why we've taken the position, we got input from the parent. The survey was presented to the board. The survey was presented to the board, and we tried to match the needs of the parents. And you know, it's difficult because I have people who say, you need to do it during Easter weekend or Easter break. I don't know about you, but my wife's Greek. Which one are you talking about? Once every 6 years, once every 6 years, which was this year, it matches. And that's not including Passover. So I get it, I understand, but as I tell people, if you take off, that's fine. We will be here. The school will be here. We are here for your kids. We're not leaving. You know, the state's abandoned us, and I'll say that over and over. We're not leaving. We're here. If you need to take a break, you know, we're going to work with you. We had some of the teachers that needed to take a break and vacation. It was previously scheduled. We work with them. That's what we do. And so we're doing our best. We're creating our calendar 1 year, 4 months in advance because we believe that parents who travel abroad, we have a lot of parents who travel abroad, they want their summers back. And so the information's out there. You can go and take a look. It's in the survey, and if you can encourage as many people as you want to take that survey. So